Hi everyone, my name is Sima. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing another Queer Eye update. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a series where I go over like the progress I made in the month and kind of look at it through the pillars and lens of the way they do it on Queer Eye. And if you wanted to learn more or watch my other videos, a playlist should be popping up somewhere on the screen for you. Sorry if you guys can hear like noise. There's a thunderstorm going on outside and it's been going on for like ever and it's really loud. I was trying to wait it out, but I think it's gonna be going all night. So we're just gonna try to work through it. Also, look how cute my earrings are. It's an octopus with lemons. Isn't that so cute? Anyway, let's just jump right in. One thing that's really interesting about this time around is if like my original plan for this series, if you've been following it, is that it was supposed to end September 2021 because I was supposed to go see My Chemical Romance this week pretty much. Like I was supposed to see them in Toronto September, I think it was September 9th, 2021. And then it got pushed back again. It got pushed back to 2022. So the series was supposed to end this month and now I have a whole extra year to do it. So I kind of like that though because I feel like I haven't actually done all the things I would like to do. So having that extra year is gonna be nice. Anyway, I've been rambling for a while, so let's just jump right in. Let's just start with Bobby as usual. I know last month I like said for like the billionth time that I was gonna empty those boxes by the door, and I actually like really had like the intention to do it because there's also some stuff in those boxes that I've been meaning to like look for and like put up as decor. But I really was just, I didn't have the time. I've had a really busy month. There's been a lot going on. I've not really been home that much because I've had to do a lot of like going out to like support other people. Like I had a friend who was going through something that's really serious and devastating and I was trying to be there for her. So I wasn't home a whole lot. And when I was home, it was kind of like I was home because I had to like do other things. Like I had to do like other chores where I take care of Luna or I had to like work obviously. So I didn't have a lot of free time that I could dedicate to going through that box. So I didn't do that, but I did a lot of other things. I did get all the stuff I wanted to put up on those shelves that I put up last month. I got all the stuff that I want to put on there. I'm still like decorating and stuff, but they're not empty shelves anymore. Like I've got the like fake flowers that I wanted to have up there. I got some of my Build-A-Bears from my mom's house. I was trying to like get Bulbasaur to fit up there, but he's just like, he's too chunky to fit in the space that I've put the shelves. So I got Eevee and I got Vulpix and I got just like a giant orca that I have from Build-A-Bear and I put them up there too. And then I also at my mom's house was going through just my stuff and I found like a whole bunch of prints from Fan Expo that I feel like I was really excited to purchase and then like dissociated and forgot about. Like I completely forgot they existed and didn't do anything with them, so they were just like sitting in a closet for like 2 years. But I brought those home and I don't know if I'm gonna frame them because I feel like framing things is kind of expensive, but I am gonna put them up on the wall in some shape or form because I feel like there was this period in my life that I was very like, no matter where I was, like even when I was in like dorm rooms and moving around all the time, like even if I was in a place for 6 months or a year, I would put up like lots and lots of posters. And I think I like got rid of that because I thought it was like a more adult thing to do, and I was like, if something's not in a frame, it's not worth putting up because it's like juvenile or it's teenager-ish. But it's like, I don't know, it's my house, right? Like if my cringe teenage interests like still make me happy, why should I not put really cool art by really cool people on the walls just because I don't have a frame for it? Like I think especially because I've kind of like, I think leveled up in the sense that I don't really buy like official posters anymore. Like I just think our fan art and prints and stuff that you can get at conventions and on like Etsy and stuff is so much cooler. And I almost like that like is kind of the leveled up version of like just like plastering your wall with posters from like a magazine or like from like a record store that you bought that are like mass produced versus like getting something cool that is the work of an artist, interpreting something that you love and knowing that it comes from someone who also loves it just as much as you. So anyways, TLDR, I have all these posters now that I like had bought years ago and never put up that I'm going to probably put up at some point this month. I think the one other thing that's been kind of like a bummer this month though is like I haven't really had like a proper tasks in TV. Like I've had like a couple sporadic ones, but like my schedule has been so all over the place that I haven't really been able to do it like on the regular schedule that I was doing it before. I've still kind of kept up the tasks. There was a few that kind of like slumped a little bit, but I've been doing a decent job of kind of like doing the dishes and keeping my shit together. But it's one of those things where it's so much harder when I don't have that built-in like week thing every week. And so I'm kind of like, I don't know, I would like to try to get it back under like on track next month, but it is one of those things where it was like, I definitely felt like my environment suffered because of it. Like I have all these messes that are like just like disorganization and things that I should like tidied up that I haven't tidied up that I would like to do going forward. So it's kind of like, I guess I said it was a good Bobby month, but it was kind of like ups and downs. Like the posters thing was really cool, getting my shelves ready was really cool, but there's a lot of things I still would like to do. So, you know, work in progress. Moving on to Antoni, so like food and drink, etc. Oh god, the storm is getting really bad outside. So I know last month I said I wanted to try out some more new recipes, including one from Center that I said I was gonna do with my friend Becca. We actually did it. We made this like one pot quinoa chicken lime thing, and it was just doing it was really fun. Like just like us both trying to make the same like meal and like laughing about it and like, you know, just being like, this is ridiculous, and just like goofing off and stuff was really fun. But also the meal was like really good. Like really good, like I want to make it again. So that was cool. It was like a exciting thing to try. I've never made quinoa before. I kind of grew up on rice, and rice is kind of like in that genre of like grain. I kind of just stick to rice. I don't really venture out towards like couscous or quinoa very much. So it was one of those things where it was very cool to buy quinoa and try to make it. And then another thing is, I haven't actually tried to make this yet, but my dad just like randomly showed up to my house to like visit, and he just like had like a bag of like black rice with him, and he was like, here, you should try making some black rice. And I was like, okay. And he was like, it's really healthy for you. And I was like, I believe that. And he's like, it's kind of stiff though, so maybe try like mixing it with white rice, but it's like up to you. And I was like, okay, cool, Dad, thanks. So now I have this bag of black rice that I have to figure out what to do with. But I kind of really want to make it because like black rice sounds emo as hell in like the best way possible. Like I would love to have a plate full of black rice, you know? Like I feel like it speaks to my soul in a good way. Oh, another recipe I made myself was, so I had leftover rice and I had some like just stuff I wanted to like get rid of. And I was like, why don't I just try to make fried rice, which is something I've never done before. I'm also trying to empty my fridge because I'm going away for a week. So I was trying to like get rid of all the stuff that's left in there. And so I like Googled how to make fried rice and kind of like looked at a couple recipes and kind of like adapted it to like what I had in my fridge. And I made fried rice for the first time. And honestly, it wasn't like the best thing I've ever had, but it was pretty good. I enjoyed it, I think. So it was one of those things where I feel like I should try to make it more because it's like a really cool, or it's really interesting, useful way to like get a lot of veggies in and also get rid of leftover rice, which I have a lot, and I usually just eat it like plain. But that's another thing to do with leftover rice if I just want to reinvent it, obviously. The thing is, I had my vegetable to rice ratio was like super off. Like I had way more vegetables than I had rice, but it almost worked out in my favor because I've been trying to do this thing where like half of my meal is vegetables, a quarter of it is carbs, and a quarter of it is protein. So actually like having too much vegetables and not enough leftover rice, like overestimating the amount of leftover rice I had, like actually like worked out in my favor because it just made the macros on the meal better. So that was really fun. The other thing I discovered this month on the food front that is really exciting is, so look, there's this app called Too Good To Go that apparently is a big deal in like Europe. My roommate was telling me how like they used to use it all the time when she was in the Netherlands, but it recently became like available in Toronto. And I started using it to get it basically. So the premise of this app is, it's instead of like things being thrown out, it's an anti-food waste app. Like stores and restaurants, etc., can like put like surplus items that are like going to go bad or can't be sold up for like really, really discounted prices, and people can go pick them up. And so what I've been doing is I've been stocking out like a couple places that look really good, like fancy grocery stores that are like bougie for bougie people, and just restaurants that look good. I think Italy's on there. I haven't snagged an Italy one yet, but I want to get an Italy one really badly, and I really want to get one from this farm. And I've been scoping them out, and when I can snag them, I go and I get like baked goods, prepared meals, produce, and it's all stuff that's like dirt cheap compared to like what it would sell at, like if it was not, like if it was like in its premium time frame for being sold. And that's been really fun because you don't get to pick what's in the bags, like they're surprise bags. You just like, you're like, here's $5, and they just give you a bag of shit. And I love it. Like it's made me, like it's forced me to be like so much more creative in like cooking and stuff. Like one of the first bags I got was like a produce bag, and it had like a bunch of tomatoes and peaches and cilantro in it, and they were all like kind of getting mushy, so it was not even like I could like wait till like I had other stuff to like figure out what I was gonna do with it. So I just was like, okay, I'm gonna throw these together and make a salad. And it was such a good salad. Like the first time I had it, it was kind of bizarre, and then like on the second day it almost like set, and it like got really good. And I was like, okay, work, nice. And it also just like gives you like the prepared meals have given me stuff I would never have like gravitated towards trying before. I got like a 7-layer Mexican dip. I got like imitation crab salad, which was great because it was imitation crab, which meant I could actually eat it. If it was regular crab, I wouldn't be able to. So it was like one of those things where it just worked out really nicely. I think I'm probably gonna stop getting the baked good ones because I was kind of hoping that I would get like bread or something. But the first time I got at least from this place, maybe I'll try a different place and see if I'm more likely to get something that's not like super unhealthy. But the first time I got baked goods from this place, I got a chocolate pecan pie that was very good. Like it was delicious, but oh my god, it was calorie inducing. And then the second time I got like a banana cake with like chocolate marble frosting, which again, delicious. But I was like really hoping the baked goods would be like bread sometimes. So I might stop getting the baked goods, but like just not because it's not good, like it's great, but just because I'm trying to be healthy, and having like an entire cake or an entire pie in the fridge is kind of like the opposite of that. Especially because you're trying to eat it fast because it's like already, like you know it's already a couple days old, right? But the produce is great, the prepared meals have been great. Like I haven't had any like misses so far. It's been really exciting. One time I got some food from a Filipino restaurant, like at the end of the day, like you know, like instead of like throwing out their food, they like just like give you like a really cheap meal. And the lady was like so nice. She gave me a bunch of extra stuff when I went into the store. She was like, oh, have you had Filipino food before? And I was like, no. And she was like, oh, here. And she just gave me like an extra thing, like on top of what was like in my surprise bag. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. Like it was just like really nice. And I just think it's cool because it's one of those things where it not only pushes me out of my comfort zone, and also it's convenient because like the prepared meals, especially, it's like sometimes you just don't want to cook and it's nice to have like a prepared meal in the fridge, but also it's like good for the environment. It's like saving food waste. It gets me out of the house because I'm like trekking to like almost public transit to go pick stuff up. It's just like, I don't know, I really like it. I'm really glad it's in Canada. I'm really excited to try to snag some stuff from some of the places that I've been really trying to get surprise bags from, but they like are gone in an instant. But I really like the app. It's great. Like, I'm so happy it's a thing, and I really hope more places like join it. One, to like reduce the like scarcity of like everybody fighting over the same like couple bags, and two, just because like it's such a great thing. Like, in North America, there's just so much food waste, and it really like hurts my soul. Like, truly it does. And I'm really like, I try to be really careful with my own food waste. Like, I really try not to waste anything. And so like, this is just like another avenue of trying to help in that way. So I really like it. That's been a really exciting food development for me. The one thing is, next week, like I said, I'm gonna be on a trip in Winnipeg. And so I'm kind of going to, like, I'm not gonna go completely off the rails, but I'm also like going to allow myself to, like, I'm still gonna write down everything I eat, but I'm not gonna worry about the calories in it. Like, if I want something, I'm gonna eat it. 'Cause it's like my vacation, it's my time off. And I feel like, again, I'm still in that headspace where I don't feel like I'm out of control when I'm eating things that are unhealthy. I feel like it's been hard this month already, just because, again, I've been like, so much of what I've been eating has not been like in my own hands, because I've been out and about and at people, like at my friend's house, eating like out because it's just like on the way to her place, or like getting her food and then also getting myself food. I don't know what's happening over there with my dog, but it's been hard to like eat like all my own meals, and so like that's already kind of thrown me off a little bit, but not in the way that I would have before, where I would have been like, okay, fuck it, since I can't control what I'm eating in X situation, I'm just never gonna control it all. Like, I've still been really good about it when it's like just me at home. And so I feel like I can extend that into my trip and just be like, okay, we're gonna eat out and like, you know, try to make good choices, but also if it doesn't happen, that's fine. And then we're gonna come back to Toronto and just be like right back on, you know, just eating normal healthy meals. So I think I'm gonna go a little bit off the rails next week, but also not in like a unhinged way, hopefully. I'm excited. There's like an Indigenous restaurant in Winnipeg that I really want to go to called like Feast Bistro Cafe. Like, I looked at their website and things looked really good. So I'm very excited to go there. I think that's gonna be the food related thing that I really want to go to, and I'm mostly just excited to like see stuff. So that's like gonna be fun. And again, like a good test, I think, of like how I feel when I get back and how I like recover from that. But I'm excited. Food things are really happening for me. Moving on to tan, so like fashion. I don't have a whole lot of fashion updates. I have started shuffling around some of my glasses because I've kind of fallen into only wearing my heart sunglasses and only wearing my like transparent clear like regular glasses. But I pushed myself out of my comfort zone a bit this month. I've been wearing my purple glasses and my blue glasses a bit, and then for sunglasses I finally wore the Lady Gaga glasses like out and about a couple times, and that was really fun. My other thing is, when I was like younger, I was really into earrings. Like, I had so many earrings. Like, I would go to Claire's and just fucking buy like insane amounts of like shitty earrings. Ardene's shitty earrings that probably gave me like lead poisoning. I loved earrings. Like, earrings were my shit. It was like one of those things where it was just because I was like kind of like, I don't know, I feel like other people really express themselves through piercings, and there was like a period of time where like everybody was getting piercings, and it was like very cool to have like your nose pierced and like have like 7 piercings in your ears, and it was just like one of those things, and have your lip pierced and your belly button pierced. Like, everybody I knew had like a billion piercings, and I was just one of those things where I was kind of like, not for me, but I also wanted, like, I had my ears pierced. I've had my ears pierced since I was a baby, and they've like refilled a couple times just because like there was periods when I was a kid that I wouldn't wear earrings, but I was like liked having my ears pierced. I'm like a very conformist person. If I don't know if that was like wasn't clear to you by like all these videos already, but I don't like doing things that are like super non-conformist. And so earrings are like one of those, it's like a safe piercing, right? Like socially acceptable for people to have their ears pierced. So I've always really liked using my like ear holes. I don't like the sound of that, but I've liked, because I've already had ear holes, just like expressing myself through like fun earrings in that way. And it was something I like did for a really long time, and then at some point, I think during like university or something, I like kind of stopped doing it. I think it was just all of the moving around I was doing. It just like didn't make sense to have all these little things that I would lose all the time, and also I'd kind of like grown out of a lot of the earrings I have, because like I said, they were like kid earrings, Claire's earrings, like they were big and dangly, but they were just like not really my style anymore. But I've like really been reconnecting with my love of earrings. I've gotten, as you can see, some new pairs that I think are really cute from, again, like indie designers and like small local people and like artists and stuff that I just really love. They're so cute. But also I went to my mom's house and I was digging around and I found a bunch of old earrings, and I kind of sorted through the ones that I'm like, okay, this is heinous. What the hell was I thinking? And oh my god, these are like still cute, and I would still wear these, and I kind of like separated them, and I brought like a bunch of the ones I would still wear back. And I really want to just like get back into earrings, you know? Like, I feel like that's gonna be my new thing, because it's one of those things where it's like I can, as a demon who loves collecting shit and loves spending money, it's a new thing for me to collect, because I think I've kind of like started to reach like absolute peak of like what my makeup collection can safely handle. But it's also just like one of those things where it like kind of reconnects me to my childhood self, and also I have a lot, like I have only bought a couple pairs because I have so many like just from when I was younger that I can like rediscover, and it's like, oh, I have all these earrings that I've never worn, or I've only worn once or twice from when I was younger, but I still like them. So now I can like re-explore that. So TLDR, earrings are my new thing. I'm embracing them. I'm embracing color coordinating them with outfits. I just want to be like the girl who's like known for her earrings, you know? You know, like some people are known for their perfumes, or they have like perfume collections, and like that's their thing, is they have like 75 cents and they just like wear a different one for their moods. I want that to be me, but with earrings. You know, like I just want to be like the girl who's known for like her cool earrings, her quirky earrings, because I love earrings so much. Like, truly, I am so passionate about my earrings, and I'm really like kind of upset that I like let myself forget that for so long. And I think part of it too is because I was wearing shitty like cheap earrings, they would hurt my ears, and so I was kind of like, okay, well I guess I have to suffer if I want to do this. But now that I'm paying these artists to make these cool earrings, and also getting like earrings that actually have like good backings that don't like irritate my ears, it's like, no, I can just literally wear these all day and they're light, they don't bother me. It's great. I am becoming an earrings person again, and I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled by it. The only problem with that is I now have to like develop a way to store my earrings. I kind of just like had them all in a bag at my mom's house, and I've like have to sort through them and then find a way to store them so they're not all like mixed together in a bag, because finding a pair is a bitch and a half. I was thinking with the big pairs, I don't know. I was thinking maybe I can put them in like Bath and Body Works containers, like the really big ones, but that still doesn't solve the problem of like studs and what to do with them, so I don't lose those, or like get them all mixed together, because they kind of look the same when they're really small. So I don't know, I have to work on that. I guess that's kind of a semi-Bobby thing. The other thing is it's September, so my other really important tan development is it's officially time for sweater weather, which means I can start retiring the summer outfits if it actually starts to cool down, because like climate change means it's still fucking hot as shit. You keep getting heat waves, it still feels like summer, but I can actually look ahead to the fall and start like planning fall outfits and sweater weather and just getting really excited. Fall is my favorite season. It does not last long enough, especially in Canada. I think like half the year should be fall, but unfortunately, like if we're lucky, we generously get like 6 weeks of fall, and that's in like a good year. My God, it is pouring outside. There is so much water. Anyway, I'm very excited for fall, and I'm very excited for Halloween, which I don't know if tan would qualify like Halloween costumes as fashion, but to me, Halloween is an important fashion moment. It's time to step out. It's time to fucking commit. I hate when people don't commit to Halloween. It like, and again, this is not like it's not a thing to like shame people. Like, you do you have Halloween fun however you want to have fun. But to me, it's so offensive to me when people dress up for Halloween and it's like they have cat ears on and they're wearing like a black dress, and that's it. And that's it. And they like use their eyeliner to draw on whiskers. Not dressing up for Halloween is less offensive to me than that. Why aren't you committing? Do you care? Do you care? Why are you, you know the Tan France meme of him holding like a gun and it's like, make an effort? That meme, that's how I feel about people who like half-ass Halloween because they want to like be cute, but they don't want to like commit to the spirit of Halloween, which is putting on dope costumes. And this is like totally like a completely insignificant hill to die on. Like, it affects absolutely no one if random people want to like just be cute on Halloween or like half-ass costumes or whatever. But as someone who fucking loves Halloween and will like do whatever to have like a baller costume for like the 4 hours and want to wear it on Halloween night, commit to Halloween. Step out. Like, I think it's because I adore the concept of cosplay, but I never would have the time or the patience to do it like regularly enough. So Halloween is like, again, societally acceptable time to like dress up and just go outside and just like be a person who's not yourself for a night. I fucking love Halloween. So anyways, I'm excited for Halloween and I'm excited for my costume. I might actually do 2 costumes this year because my roommate said they wanted to do a group costume, and I'm so down for that. But then I also have my original costume idea, and I don't want to like not do that because it's kind of like I've been doing a theme for the past couple of years and I want to like do the next part of that theme. So although I don't think I'm gonna just like build my costume this year, I just don't have enough time. So I think I'm gonna probably have to like buy a costume, and so it's not gonna look as cool as previous years, but it will be on theme, and I will be committing to the makeup at the very least. Even if the whole costume isn't gonna look as like accurate as I would like, because it's just gonna be like a mass-produced costume, I'm gonna commit to the makeup, and hopefully that will like save it. And I'm excited for the group costume if we end up doing it because it's a very cute idea. Okay, moving on to Jonathan Van Ness. I am so excited. Okay, so like this is like grooming and hygiene and like hair and makeup and blah blah blah, skincare, whatever. Guys, besties, I have not brushed my teeth, I don't think, this whole month. Like I think I've brushed my teeth every single night. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. I've been so good on brushing my teeth. I've been a little skimpy on like flossing, but the actual brushing of my teeth, I have been so fucking good. I haven't skipped a day. So patting myself on the back or shoulder for that one, because hell yeah. Also, I don't know if you can see because I used some of it earlier, like in the month, but then I also used what was left of it today. But I finally used that Colorista spray, and I think it looks really good. I think I liked the pink and the blue one better because they were just easier to put on. They showed up more. Like I needed to use less on my hair to get it to show up, whereas this one, like I used a little bit, like I used it twice on just like little patches of hair, and I like have no more left. But I really like this color. Like I wasn't sure if I would, but I think it's kind of fun. I don't know, it's like, it's somehow more natural than the pink and the blue, even though the pink and the blue are like matte, and this is like straight up like shiny metallic, which is not like natural at all. It's gonna have glitter in my hair. But yeah, I just think it looks really nice. I'm vibing. I'm having a great time. I'm a big fan. I think, like I said this before, I get why people dye their hair. It's kind of fun. And these are kind of a pain in the ass because they like, especially this color, the pink and the blue stay for a while. This one, like when I put it on the first time I did it this month, I think maybe because my hair was a little bit wet. It might have been because my hair was wet, to be honest. But even now, I just feel like it disappeared like really instantly. Like I put it on my hair and I feel like it just rubs off a lot easier than the pink and the blue do. But it's fine. I'm having a great time with it. Skincare's been like, okay. Like I've been doing it like consistently, but not as often. Like I haven't been doing it every day, but I've been doing it like, there haven't been like any huge gaps where it's like, oh, I just didn't do it for 2 weeks straight. But it's been like, so it's been like happening, just not as often as I would like it to, but it has been happening. I know I said last month I wanted to do some pink looks with my makeup. And I did do that. I did a couple really solid pink looks to go with pink outfits, and I just had a lot of fun. They were very great. That was really fun. And I said I was rediscovering old favorites, and I've kind of continued on that trail. Like I've been really going through stuff again. Like I feel like I'm almost becoming like I reached my peak of like obsessively buying makeup. Not to say that I'm not gonna keep doing it. Like I don't want this to sound like I'm not gonna haul boxes of ColourPop makeup, because like you can't expect a person to change overnight. But I think I'm starting to want to like actually get through more of my things so I can get rid of them, you know? Like I almost feel like it's like I've reached my peak of like I want to have everything now, and now it's like I don't want to have everything now. I want to be like really selective and really like figure out what I like and what I don't like. And so I've been really dipping into old favorites, finding out things that I like got, used for a bit, and then like abandoned in the back of my makeup drawers, and I've been pulling those things out again because I liked them once upon a time and they still work. So it's been a good fun journey on that front too. Okay, finally it's time to move on to Karamo. He's always the longest. So that's like mental health, socialization, hobbies, culture, etc. He does it all, really. What a man. Like I said earlier, I've kind of had to be like a support pillar for other people this month, which has been fine, but it's been one of those things where I feel like I haven't been fully able to take care of myself because I'm running that for other people. So I'm kind of excited for this trip that I'm going away on for a week, because it's gonna be really nice just time to decompress. With no responsibilities. Like I'm not like Luna's staying with my roommates, like God bless them for taking care of her. So it's like really truly gonna be like, it's gonna be weird because I haven't not been with Luna this entire pandemic, you know? Like it used to be that I would like sometimes have like a night off to go somewhere or stay with my mom or something, but I've been pretty like the longest I've been without Luna during the course of this pandemic I think has probably been like 16 hours. So it's gonna be weird to suddenly not be around her for a week, but I think it'll also be good for me to like be able to just like sleep without worrying about having to take the dog out, or like go outside without worrying about the dog chasing me out the door and like having to like find her again. It's gonna be a nice break, and I'm excited for that, and just to be able to like recharge and hang out with a friend of mine and explore a city that I've only been to like briefly once before and not really been able to explore, to actually explore it this time. It's gonna be great. But yeah, I feel like my own stuff kind of fell to the wayside. I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed in terms of like stuff I have to get done, but I feel like I'm slowly getting it back on track, and hopefully like once I'm back from my trip I can like fully I'm trying to get a lot of it done before I leave, so I don't come back and immediately have to like throw myself into a lot of stuff. But because I'm also gonna be overwhelmed, I'm gonna come back and it's immediate. Like I'm coming back on election day. We're having an election in Canada, so it's gonna be one of those things where it's like, oh dear God, I'm coming back and I'm immediately gonna be thrown into like the middle of it. So I'm trying to get a lot of it done this week before I leave, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to get it all done. So it's just kind of like I have a lot of things to do. I'm trying to get stuff back on track, but it's gonna take a while. I have had a lot of really good conversations this month with people. I had a dinner with 2 people I used to work with who I'm really good friends with the other day. And that we had like just like a really, we were just talking for hours, just really, I think the older I get, the more I value like good conversation and people that like really, I don't know, get you and listen to you and engage with you fully. Like I have friends who don't do that, and it's very difficult to be around them a lot of the time, because it's one of those things where it's like, it isn't like, what's the value, right? Like it's one of those things where if I could functionally replace you with like an AI bot, what do you offer me? You know, like not to say a friendship has to be like transactional in any way, but it's one of those things where it like wears down on you after a while. And I feel like for a long time, like a lot of years, I didn't realize it was wearing down on me. I was just like, oh, I guess this is what friendship is like, and friendship is kind of an overrated concept because clearly it's not that great. I'm like, whatever. And then I started to like really like immerse myself in good friendships and like also just grow as a person and become a person that I think is also a better friend to other people. And it kind of made me want to raise the bar for myself and like not settle for like shitty friendships and friendships that don't feel fulfilling and kind of like make me a worse person. That is the kind of thing, like that's the core of it. I've been having a lot of really good conversations with people, and it's made me realize that like your friends should push you to be a better person, and not in like a pressuring way. My mom used to always say this to me too. She used to be like, you should hang out with people that make you better. But she always meant that in like a hang out with kids that are smarter than you way, so they like motivate you to want to go to like Harvard. And I don't think she's right on like in that way, but I do think there's like merit to the idea that like you become more like the people you hang out with. Like obviously your social group, like this is like basic psychology, like there's evidence of this, that like your social group like influences the kind of person you are. And I think I put up with social groups and friends that made me a shittier version of myself for a really long time, and I'm trying to not settle for that anymore, and really like when I find people who I like hanging out with, who I feel like I have fulfilling conversations with, really like cling on to those people. And I feel like I've been having a lot, it's weird, like I feel like I've been having a lot of that during the pandemic. Like I've been talking to my roommates and I have really good conversations with them, especially my roommate Chelsea. I feel like we have like really good talks. I feel like she gives really good advice. Also, I just feel like straight up, like the best advice you can always have is just like, if you have a woman in your life who's just like a couple years older than you, listen to her. Listen to her. I think everyone should have a woman, like every woman should have a woman slightly older than them who, you know, knows their shit and gives good advice and will guide you in the right direction. I found that very valuable. And I've had a couple women like that, and it's always been nice. So it's one of those things where those conversations, like I said, the conversation I had with my friends who like I used to work with, and just conversations with even like friends of mine who've noticed similar things to me, like it's just been like really, I don't know, those things make me feel so much more alive than like hours spent with people that have no substance, you know? Anyway, this is a tangent, I'm gonna move on. But what I'm saying is like, I feel like a lot of my fixed social things that I had set up for myself, kind of because of my crazy schedule, have kind of fallen to the wayside, and that's frustrating. I would like to get my video game hour and my tasks and TV and all that back, but like I literally just can't, like it's just not been happening. So that's been really frustrating because I liked having those fixed things. But that's not to say that this month has been totally like not great in terms of being social. Like I've had really, really, really valuable, just spur of the moment conversations that I really value. So my point is, while I've lost a lot of my scheduled stuff, it's not been all bad. It's been really, really good actually in a lot of ways. I feel like I've had some really eye-opening conversations, and that's always nice. The other thing is, I know last month I said I'd started working out and I'd been doing it consistently for like a week and a half or something in that video. I haven't stopped. I worked out literally every single day since I started working out. And I think I'm like almost to the 2-month mark, like almost. And yeah, it's one of those things where I'm kind of getting to the point where I don't want to do it anymore, but I'm also like, I'm so stubborn, I don't want to stop. It's one of those things where it's like, I used to just be kind of like having fun with it, and now it's not fun anymore. Like I'm actively like, I don't want to do this anymore. Why am I making myself do this? But I also don't want to break my streak. So it's like one side of my stubbornness and the other side of my stubbornness are like currently locked in combat, and we're gonna see who wins out. But for now, I've been doing the working out and it's been going pretty good. So we're just gonna keep going at it, I guess, and see how long I keep it going. I know I said last month I was gonna pick between Fit-On and Center, which is Chris Hemsworth's app, and I'm still using Fit-On. And cause I want to, again, I haven't been eating great this month, so I haven't been, like, I feel like I haven't been giving Fit-On a fair chance in terms of like slimming down and like weight and stuff. So I've been really wanting to keep on Fit-On and have like, until I have like a week where I feel like I've eaten optimally, and then kind of judge it based on that as well. So I'm still on that Fit-On thing, but I do really miss Center. And I also like I said, that quinoa chicken meal I made was a Center meal, and I want to try a couple other Center meals that I've taken screenshots of and saved. And if those are good too, like I might literally just go back to the app because I like the sleep visualizations and the meals. But I'm still using Fit-On because I really like the social aspect and the achievements and badges and stuff it has, but I really do want to give it a fair chance, but I just feel like I still haven't been able to do yet. But yeah, that's what's been going on the workout front. I've also been taking like really long walks, like I said, but they've been getting longer. Like my step count has like doubled basically. And I've started listening to, like I started listening to podcasts, because I can't do that thing people do where they put on a podcast and do other stuff and they can still listen to the podcast. Like if I'm doing a podcast, like walking is the maximum amount of like cognitive function I can do that's not listening to the podcast. Otherwise, like if I'm doing like anything even remotely more challenging than that, like my brain will not focus on the podcast and I will not retain it. So I've been starting to listen to podcasts while I'm doing those walks instead of just listening to music. And at first I was doing like science podcasts and like news podcasts and just like non-fiction learning stuff, and those are still really interesting, and I feel like I will eventually switch back to those. But I also, and this is kind of stupid, I started listening to Critical Role because when they started their second campaign, I started watching it and then I just like lost track and then forgot all about it. So I've actually started the second campaign over again, but I'm like a dumbass, and when I was looking at it on my phone to see how long the playlist for this whole second campaign was, I misread it and I thought it was 38 hours. So I was like, oh, that's not too bad. I can be done in like 2 weeks because I like walk for an hour a day or whatever. I read it wrong. It's 381 hours, and that's only the second campaign, and there's 2 campaigns. So the cumulative time of Critical Role is like, I feel like almost 800 hours, maybe more, because I feel like they have like one-shots and bonus campaigns and stuff too that I haven't listened to. So it's gonna take me significantly longer. I can't imagine I'm gonna be done by the time the third campaign starts. I probably will just switch to the third campaign and like follow that one live, because every podcast is like 4 hours long, so when I walk I don't even finish a full, like with a nonfiction podcast I was listening to, I could listen to like one and that would be my whole walk. With this one it's like I get like a third of the way through the episode and then I'm like, okay, time to wrap up, because again I would have to like sit and do nothing else if I were to do it at any other time. Like if I was at home I would literally just have to sit and listen to the podcast. Like I couldn't clean while listening to it because I would immediately zone out and only be focusing on the cleaning. So I can only do it in these like walking spurts, which means it's gonna take me like 2 years to catch up, which is fine, but it's just gonna take forever. But I do love it. I really do love Critical Role. I love the characters. It's so fun. Matt Mercer is like a king. Like he's so insanely good at DMing, and the fact that they're all voice actors and put on these fun voices it just adds to it. It's really great. I'm really enjoying it. I don't know why I didn't start doing that sooner when I was a walking Luna. Like I don't know why I was listening to music for so long when I can listen to music anytime, because music is one of those things where I don't have to like fully like immerse myself in. Like I can play music and do other stuff, but like I fully will not cognitively understand a podcast unless I give it like 98% of my cognitive brain power. So I don't know why I didn't start doing that sooner, but that is a thing that is also happening. I also at one point went to this like adventure day with my mom and my brother where we did a lot of like outdoor stuff, and that was like really fun in terms of the physicality of it. Like it's one of those things where I would like to go back but with like friends and like experience it again, because like my mom and my brother would not stop fighting, and it was one of those things where it was like we could all be having so much fun if everybody would like chill out, and nobody was chilling out. So it was kind of like, okay, I'm trying really hard to have fun but you guys are making it really difficult. But the actual activities are really fun and I really enjoyed them, and like yeah, again the more I like allow myself to like not be isolated and not be a hermit, the more I like actually like enjoy being outside and enjoy like doing stuff outdoors and like being physical in a way that doesn't feel like pointless. The way a lot of the time working out feels pointless, but like climbing up a hill to go ziplining doesn't feel pointless. So it's one of those things where I would love to go back with like friends, but it was a very fun experience. Like just being there was very fun. And I also like went to the beach that same day, and that was nice. It was a nice like outdoor day. I've been like really bad at like I used to do this thing on Tumblr where I would scroll to the back of my dash and see everything that everyone had posted, and I have not been able to do that properly in like a month, and it's like really giving me anxiety. Like I have all these tabs open that I intend to eventually get to the end of, but I don't think I can do it. Like I think I have to just like let go. Like that's a pipe dream now, but like I don't know how to accept that and just close the tabs. Like I have such a FOMO where I'm like, what if I missed like the most like intellectually stimulating, funniest, brilliant post by my mutuals on Tumblr because I didn't scroll to the end of my dash for these days. So I don't know, I'm grappling with that, which is like a weird problem to have, but it is my problem. So I'm dealing with that. I figured it would be dishonest to not mention it. I also have been having therapy sessions, like I said, and my therapist was like so proud of me for like how I handled the stuff with my family when I was seeing them, because she was like, yeah, you probably would have been like really messed up over this for a while, but you like are just very chill and handling it with a lot of grace and like not letting it get to you. And I was like, you know what, Sarah, you're right. I am handling it with a lot of fucking grace. I'm being great. I'm being wonderful. I am so chill. I am the chillest person of all time. Unflappable. So, you know, therapy works. Growing as a person is in fact possible. Really makes you think. Big if true. Sorry if my energy is like all over the place. It's like very late. I'm like doing this thing where I'm like, I get like really high bursts of energy and then I immediately plummet down to like, I need to take a nap right now. So I don't know what's going on with me, but we are almost done. I only have a few more things to say and then I can wrap up the video. The other thing is I was inspired by a lot of events that when I was younger, I would write a lot of like stories and I would like wanted to be an author and like had all these like, I had this like fantasy book idea, and then I didn't like think about writing like fiction for like, I want to say like 10 years, like fully. I just was like, nope, not for me, not good at it. Everything is generic. Don't have time, don't have skill. And then journalism school like beat out any other creativity in me. And so it was kind of one of the things where I just didn't think about it after a while. And I was like, I have friends who are creatives, but I'm not a creative person. And I still maintain that. I think I want to be a creative person because I admire creative people, but I am not a creative person. I occupy this strange space where I'm not a creative person, but I'm also like, and I believe in like logic and stuff, but I'm also not smart enough to be like a STEM person. So it's kind of like, okay, so you're not a creative and you're not a STEM, you're just like some average loser. So I don't know. I have crises about this all the time, but I got a book idea and I kind of just like haven't actually written any of the idea down, but it's like kind of like, I texted a bunch of it to my friend and I screenshotted all those texts and saved them. And so most of it's just percolating like up here. But part of me is kind of like, should I just do NaNoWriMo and just get it out? Because like, I don't think, like, I otherwise wouldn't do it. But if it was like a deadline oriented thing where it's not like about the quality, it's just about like getting all the words out, I might. I have wanted to do NaNoWriMo a couple times. I've thought about it a couple times. I've never like finished or even gotten close. So I might do it, I might not. It's definitely not like a thing I'm like 100% committed to, but it's one of those things that it's percolating. I'm like, huh, I could NaNoWriMo this. And then I could also check NaNoWriMo off of my bucket list. So I don't know. That is percolating. Oh, and I know I mentioned a bunch of shows last month. I finished Netflix Ragnarok and I watched the HBO Max reboot, revival, follow-up, whatever, to Gossip Girl, which I haven't watched the original Gossip Girl. I've seen like 2 episodes of it total. But I watched the new Gossip Girl. If you've been on my channel, you know this. I watched the new Gossip Girl because Thomas Doherty's in it, and I think he's very cute. And I am fucking obsessed. There's only been 6 episodes, and now they're on a hiatus till like November or something. But I want it back so badly. I love those characters. I think I'm so into it. I'm like obsessed. I love it. I love it so much. So that's what I've been doing on that front. And I know last month I also said that I was thinking about doing a master's degree and I was gonna look into the program, and then like one of my roommates told me my other roommate just finished that program. I actually talked to her about it and she gave me her little pamphlet that has all like the information from like her year of the program. And I've been skimming that, and I think I'm gonna send a couple emails to the actual program too to get some clarification on things. But I'm feeling really good about it. Like I feel like it's almost like it could be manageable, especially because the place I work now, I've looked it up and I could actually request a compressed work week. So I would work the same amount of hours, but over 4 days instead of 5. And that would give me more time, because then I could do 4 days of working and then maybe like 1 or 2 days dedicated to school, and then I would still have like a day off. I would probably lose it. Like I probably would snap, but it's not outside the realm of possibility. So I have to send some emails. I have to like stop procrastinating on sending those emails and ask some questions, but I'm feeling good about it. So that is a thing. What else happened this month in terms of like things that could have sent Sima's mental health spiraling, but then did not? One, Luna was sick this week and she's still kind of sick. She's in recovery mode. And I think I could have probably like smashed some plates over the amount of dog shit and dog vomit that I had to clean up. But I think I handled it like surprisingly well. I was just kind of like, that's the responsibility I've taken on. And usually she only does like her vomit or her pooping like once. And she did it like 4 times this hour, but I didn't stab her or myself, so that's a win. And I was not a big baby about it. I sucked it up and I cleaned it up and I moved on with my day. So small victories. Oh, and the other thing, okay, so like a stranger approached me on the street, and the TLDR of our interaction is it ended with us exchanging numbers, which has literally never happened to me in my life before. One, no one has ever like expressed interest in me openly, specifically, you know, like it's always been like, yeah, like, fully, I don't think it's ever happened. Like if anyone has literally ever had a crush on me, like even if it's not active anymore, please tell me. Like I don't think it's ever happened. So that's one. And two, even like, this is so like, it's so twisted. It's like one of those like things where it's like the patriarchy like makes you crazy. It's one of those things where like catcalling is bad and abhorrent and people should not do it. But also if you don't get catcalled growing up, you think something's wrong with you. And I, as someone who, in my humble opinion, I'm not conventionally attractive whatsoever, have never been catcalled. So it gives you this weird complex of like, okay, so I'm fucking ugly. Like I thought I was, and you've all confirmed it. And so it's one of those things where it was like, oh, this is the first time literally anyone has ever expressed interest in me. And because he doesn't know me, and presumably it was because of how I looked. And I was just like, huh, this is interesting. Ultimately, this person was very like nice and normal and like not weird, and was very respectful when I told him I didn't want to talk anymore, but he was very boring. So like, it was interesting for me to like push myself out of my comfort zone enough to like give him my number and text him a little bit, and then also like tell him I didn't want to talk anymore and like not just ghost him, because I'm a very avoidant person that hates confrontation. But my initial instinct was also correct in that like the reason I've given my number even though I like met him on the street was he seemed like a normal, well-adjusted guy, and I didn't think he was gonna like be a serial killer. So it was one of those things where it was like baby steps in terms of my comfort zone, but it was something new for me. So events in my life that sure did happen. Sorry, I'm like losing it. I'm gonna just say what my goals are for the next month, and then I'm gonna wrap this video up because it's getting really long. Finally go through those boxes, put up some of those prints, posters, whatever, in places that I want to. Tidy up all the stuff I need to tidy, the tables, the desks, just tidy some shit and put things away. Keep up the meal creativity and keep trying some new meals, and also like just get back on track after your trip. Keep working out, think of some fall outfits. Figure out how to organize my jewelry, and also scrunchies, like my earrings and also my scrunchies, because my scrunchies are literally just everywhere. Like I just like deposit them on random surfaces and they're all over my house, and I need like I might use some of my like empty Bath and Body Works candles to store scrunchies in. Actually, that might be good, because I've been trying to figure out what to do with those too. So maybe if I emptied them and then put scrunchies in them, that would be a way to store them, but I need to figure out what I'm doing with those as well. And have some more quality friend time, and also try to resume like having specific times in the week with certain friends that like we're just gonna like hang out and talk, or like play video games or do tasks or whatever. And I think ultimately my biggest goal is just to like enjoy my week off, enjoy my time in Winnipeg, not be like, try to be responsible but not beat myself up too much if I like overspend or if I overeat or whatever. Just like, you know, have a good week off. It's been a fucking pandemic. It's still a pandemic. I think I deserve it. So with all that being said, I think I'm gonna wrap this video up. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up button. If you want to follow me on other social media platforms, you can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. And if you enjoyed this video enough that you want to keep up with me, I post videos every Wednesday, so please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys all next week. Bye!